Something is wrong at America's airports. Where there should be noise, there is now an unsettling quiet. The usual sounds of a busy travel hub, boarding calls, rolling suitcases, excited chatter, have vanished. Across the country, from JFK to LAX, terminals are empty, check-in counters deserted, and gates vacant. The constant flow of people has stopped. Today, June 24, 2025, a sudden and dramatic change has swept through the nation's aviation system. Major international airlines have canceled thousands of flights to and from the US. This isn't a few delays. Over 320,000 passenger seats have disappeared overnight. Departure boards show endless rows of canceled. The few people left are confused, staring at their phones, searching for answers. The energy is gone, replaced by a heavy silence. This is a crisis that erupted overnight, leaving a nation stunned. The scale is unprecedented outside of a global pandemic or major security event. The connections that tie the US to the world have been abruptly cut. Today, America's gateways are closed, and the silence is a loud testament to the disruption just begun. Why did foreign airlines suddenly pull out? The answer: a new US regulation called the Secure Skies Mandate. Announced with little warning, it requires all foreign airlines to install costly, American-made security tech on their planes, immediately. The deadline was impossibly short. Airlines argued the mandate was expensive, technically challenging, and impossible to meet so quickly. They pleaded for more time, but the US government stood firm, citing national security. Faced with a choice, make massive, immediate investments or stop flying, airlines halted service. Major carriers from Europe, Asia, and the Middle East united in protest. They saw the mandate as unfair, disrupting decades of global aviation agreements. The cancellation of 320,000 seats was a direct response to a policy they felt was unworkable. This standoff is the heart of the crisis. The US insists on security. Airlines insist the rules are impossible. The result? A complete breakdown in international air travel cooperation. Empty airports are the visible consequence of this deep diplomatic conflict. Travelers and global connections are the casualties. The world's skies have never felt smaller. The human cost is immediate. Thousands of travelers' stranded plans shattered. Families with dream vacations, students heading to college, business people, and patients seeking treatment, all caught in limbo. Grandparents miss meeting newborns, patients miss critical care, and students' futures are on hold. Airline counters have no answers. Money is tied up in useless tickets. The stress and confusion are everywhere. Tourists can't get home, foreign workers fear overstaying visas, and the ripple effects spread worldwide. There aren't enough seats on US carriers to help everyone. The system is overwhelmed, revealing our deep dependence on international air travel. We take for granted the ability to cross the world in hours, until it stops. This crisis is a stark reminder of how fragile that system is. When cooperation breaks down, everything grinds to a halt. Dreams of vacations, jobs, and reunions are all on hold. The empty airports echo with the ghosts of canceled plans. The world feels farther apart than ever. The silence in airports threatens more than travelers. It endangers hundreds of thousands of jobs. Every international flight brings economic activity baggage handlers, gate agents, security, customs. With flights gone, so is their work. Restaurants, shops, and small businesses inside airports face disaster with no customers. Hotel bookings vanish, taxi drivers lose fares, and tour companies have no one to guide. The entire tourism and hospitality industry in major US cities is reeling. A city's economy is tied to its airport. When the gateway closes, growth stalls. Every canceled flight means lost spending on hotels, food, and attractions. 320,000 missing seats translates to millions in lost revenue daily. Airports are vital economic engines, not just travel hubs. This crisis threatens the financial stability of entire communities. The domino effect is massive and immediate. The silence is costing more than just convenience. It's costing livelihoods. The numbers are staggering: 320,000 canceled seats per week. That's over 1.2 million seats lost every month. This continues. US airlines can't fill the gap. They lack the planes and crews. Each canceled wide-body flight means hundreds of lost journeys. Major hubs like JFK are hit hardest, losing a huge chunk of international traffic overnight. The economic impact is just as severe. Each overseas visitor spends thousands in the US. The loss is over $670 million in tourism spending every week. That's money not going to hotels, restaurants, or attractions. The blow to the US economy is direct and deep. Cargo is also affected. Medical supplies, tech, food, and mail are delayed. Supply chains are disrupted. Businesses face higher costs and delays. The shutdown isn't just stopping people, it's halting commerce. The damage grows with every passing day. Canceling flights was a massive gamble for foreign airlines. They're losing money, angering customers, and risking their reputations. But by acting together, they hope to force the US back to the negotiating table. The airlines believe the cost of compliance outweighs the pain of cancellations. It's a high-stakes standoff, with the global travel system caught in the middle. The US mandate, imposed without broad consultation, is seen as breaking decades of aviation cooperation. The airline's response is about more than money. It's about protecting a stable, predictable system. The long-term consequences could be severe, no matter who wins. Trust has been broken. Even a quick solution won't heal the rift overnight. Airlines may hesitate to invest in US routes, fearing more sudden regulations. This crisis could permanently shift global travel patterns. The empty airports today may be a preview of a less connected future. The stakes are bigger than just flights. They're about the future of global mobility. The world is watching what happens next. What happens next? The future of US air travel hangs in the balance. The best hope is a swift resolution, negotiations, compromise, and a return to the skies. Even then, recovery will take time. The backlog is massive. If the standoff drags on, the damage multiplies. Lost jobs, lost business, and a more isolated America. US airlines can't fill the gap, and international travel will become harder and more expensive. This crisis is a wake-up call about the fragility of global cooperation. Policies in one country can ripple across the world in an instant. Travelers now know how quickly plans can unravel. The trust that a ticket guarantees a journey has been shaken. The path forward depends on diplomacy and a shared understanding that a connected world benefits everyone. The silence in America's airports is a call for dialogue and compromise. The well-being of millions depends on finding a solution. The world is watching to see if the bridges of aviation can be rebuilt.